That's a clear indication that Rahul Gandhi all set to leave his residence for the AICC, which is the Congress headquarters. Word coming in, CRPF has been deployed, the security has been beefed up. Priyanka Gandhi is inside Rahul Gandhi's residence, and they would be making their way right now to the AICC headquarters, which is about 3 kilometers away. From there, the Congress leaders, both of them, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka, will lead what the Congress has labelled a Satyagraha march from the AICC headquarters to where I am standing right now, the Enforcement Directorate. Right behind me is the road that possibly Rahul Gandhi would be taking to the Enforcement Directorate. However, will that be possible is a big question. The Delhi police hasn't given permission either for the march or any congregation where the Congress party is concerned. What we see is heavy barricading from both sides. Every road leading to the Enforcement Directorate is blocked as we speak. I want to connect right now immediately to my colleague Kamaljit Sandhu, who's joining us live from the headquarters of the Congress party. Kamal, what's the indication that you're getting in right now? In terms of sheer numbers, how many crowds have gathered at the Congress headquarters?
AICC is chock-a-block. We'll give you a 360-degree view. So wherever the camera will show you, we'll try and get you a Congress leader. Hanuman Rao is here. We'll just try and get a word. Sir, lots of leaders getting together. But how much of a big challenge is this since a lot of leaders being detained, but the crowd's building up here in AICC now?
No, everybody, they want to go along with Rahul Gandhi.
So the march will take place?
Yeah, we will go there because it is not any agitation, because it is the injustice that is done to our leaders.
But so much sloganeering, it does resemble agitation, it does resemble something of what you're calling as the Satyagraha.
Yeah, Satyagraha. 100% is the Satyagraha.
So just let me just try and show you the visuals out here. So all the leaders now waiting for Rahul Gandhi. That's the barricading and everything being done at this point of time. So clearly, as far as the arrangements are concerned, you can see the barricading being done out here, and this is where we've been trying to get you a word. We tried to speak to Ashok Gehlot.
Right.
Been there.
All right, okay. Coming right back to you, Kamaljit, I want to cut across right now to Supriya Bhardwaj right outside Rahul Gandhi's residence. Supriya, what are you witnessing? I believe a lot of commotion.
Well, Preeti, Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi are leaving from here, from 12 Tughlaq Lane. You can see as to how the security has come into play. And from here, they will be leaving all the way to AICC headquarters. The security presence, you can see right now, the police bandobast, as they say, is over here, 12 Tughlaq Lane. You can see that not just paramilitary force, but even Delhi police is present here. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, both the leaders are the CRPF. They are the Z plus security. They have the Z plus security, and right now over here you can see as to how the entire area has been cordoned off. There were some leaders and workers of the Congress party who had come here and they were raising sloganeerings. But right now this is what the scene at ground zero is. Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi both are leaving. Priyanka Gandhi had tested COVID negative today morning only, and she has come to her brother's residence, whereas Congress President Sonia Gandhi is in Sargangaram Hospital because of the post-COVID related complication. Right now you can see that Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi would be leaving from here at any moment. There is already this police movement which is taking place. There has been extra force which was called in today. There is unprecedented scenes in the New Delhi district where a lot of leaders as well as the workers are moving towards the AICC headquarters. And here we would like to show you as to how the entire police force has come into the action. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will be leaving from here all the way to AICC headquarters. Well, Preeti, also what our sources is telling is that Rahul Gandhi will be leading that march, the Satyagraha march from AICC headquarters to the ED office. The entire area from Tughlaq Lane to the AICC headquarters is 3 kilometers, and from the AICC headquarters to ED office is just 2 kilometers. But the New Delhi district has been completely cordoned off, and there Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi are leaving in the car. and we'd like to show you that this is the scene here. This is an Innova in which Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi both are leaving from here, from the headquarters towards the AICC headquarters. A lot of people present here, and the duo is leaving. And right now you can see there is this cavalcade which has been stopped. There are this police is trying to remove the people from there. Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi's car. There's been Congress workers who are present here, and this is happening at ground zero. Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi are leaving from his residence in 12 Tughlaq Lane. The police, Delhi police along with the paramilitary forces are present here. We'd like to show you over here as to how Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are going. Right now you can see that Rahul Gandhi is sitting ahead, as well as Mr. Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. They are leaving from here towards the AICC headquarters. Well, the show of strength being done by the Congress party. We'd like to follow this cavalcade and show you as to what is happening at the AICC headquarters. Preeti. Go.
All right, Supriya, try and get in a reaction. I know it's very difficult, but Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are leaving from the residence of Rahul Gandhi. They've gotten to the car. We don't know how far that car is going to go. Supriya is joining me right outside. We continue to beam you visuals. Now, I'm going to tell you, viewers, it's all a matter of less than 6 kilometers. Why do I say that? This is all 3 locations, the arterial locations today, where action, is going to take place in terms are all based in central Delhi. Right now, where Supriya is there, that's Rahul Gandhi's residence. He's leaving alongside Priyanka Gandhi from Rahul Gandhi's residence. Both of them are trying to make their way to the Congress headquarters, which is about 3 kilometers away. Where I am standing is the ultimate destination of the ED, the Enforcement Directorate's office. It's about 2 kilometers from the AICC office. They've left there. My colleague Supriya is tracking Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, but they're going, like I said, to the AICC. Joining me from there is my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu. She's joining us live. Kamal, once again, in terms of sheer numbers, because the Congress has always been lamented and, criticized that when it comes to the, it's sporadic protests. It's a stopgap kind of protest. They come in, they protest, and then you don't see them at all. How many, in terms of sheer numbers, do you actually see the Congress cadre who is right now at the AICC headquarters? Give us an indication.
Well, the numbers may not be overwhelming, but yes, this is choke-a-block. The numbers could have been vast, but there is such heavy barricading, policing around, Central Armed Police Force being deployed, that obviously the number of people who are trickling in is quite less. But yes, when I actually look around, there is barricading being done internally also to facilitate Rahul Gandhi's entry. And let me just try and show you. They've tried to make this as an event to rejuvenate Congress party because they're trying to show it as a show of strength and solidarity. And right here, Preeti, I don't know if you can have a look. This is a sort of a cage parade, a cage being put, and there is this ED. On the other side, it's written as ED and the CBI. This is what the Congress party has been saying. Randeep Surjewala making an announcement right in the background. But there you go, Rahul Gandhi is expected, and that's where Congress workers are standing with national flag. So they're making it like a big deal. They're making him more or less like a martyr of sorts, saying that he's being attacked because he's raising pertinent questions, whether it's regarding security, whether it's regarding finances, whether it's regarding important issues of the country. And that is why Rahul Gandhi is now under attack and saying agencies like the ED, IT are being used. This is a way of manipulation, also calling Modi government names. But at this point of time, the BJP has sharpened its attack, calling Rahul a fake Gandhi, saying if there's nothing to hide, why not just come and make a statement? Why are they making such a hullabaloo of it? So this is where things stand as of now. But the Congress trying to make this as a mega event of sorts and trying to reach to its own people and trying to show that they are under attack simply because they are the ones who are raising questions in this time.
All right, my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu right now at the headquarters of the Congress. That is where Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi in a car are headed to. Doubt if they'll make it by car. Somewhere down the line, they'll have to get out and start walking. Viewers, the Congress right now calling for what they say is a Satyagraha march to the Enforcement Directorate's office. It's not that it's come without criticism. And I want to get our viewers, a bit of an understanding, because there are so many issues which many say are developing as we speak. To be fair, there have been protests in Uttar Pradesh of what we've seen in the last 2 days, where sporadic Congress protests by local cadre in UP is happening. But a massive scale protest like that could have been organized at the back of all that is going down in Uttar Pradesh in terms of bulldozers, which the Congress is criticizing. It's not that they're not criticizing. On the other hand, which they go to town with issues of unemployment, issues of inflation. Is the Congress organizing a march on those accounts, a protest on those accounts? Optically, would it have not made better sense? Many suggest that Rahul Gandhi come here on his own, get questioned by the ED. The optics of it all could have been, taken to town where the Congress is concerned. They've chosen to band together. For their leader, they say there's nothing wrong in that. That's what political parties do, come together, because they say it's a witch hunt for their top leadership. So both points of views there. I want to cut across back to Supriya. Supriya is tracking and trailing Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Over to you, Supriya.
Well, Preeti, we are crossing Tajman Singh, and you can see as to how Rahul Gandhi's and Priyanka Gandhi's cavalcade is heading towards AICC headquarters, from where they plan to take out this Satyagraha march. Rahul Gandhi wearing a blue color t-shirt, and at the same time sporting a smile, he left his residence, and we got the glimpse, and you can see that the entire area has been cordoned off, and Congress workers are present here, and it's a kind of a show of strength by the Congress party. And what we are learning from the sources is that Congress is not going to let it go easily now, because there was a massive crackdown by the Delhi police. Their leaders have been detained, and now the Congress is saying that it's going to be eyeball for an eyeball. And this is where we are. The AICC headquarters is just 500 meters away, and you can see that there is Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. We like to get down and show you the visuals over here as to how the entire area has been cordoned off. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi have reached the AICC headquarters, and the police bandobast is going on. We'll try to get in a word from the duo, if it is possible. That this is, you can see just now, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi have entered the AICC headquarters. There's a heavy police deployment. K. Suresh is also present here, and from here the cavalcade is going inside, and party senior leaders are also present over here. The cavalcade is heading towards the AICC headquarters, and over here you can see the heavy police deployment is there, and there is this Vajra which is stationed. And I would like to show you, this is how the scene is near the AICC headquarters, where Rahul Gandhi's cavalcade has just reached. Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi are present.
All right, so Rahul Gandhi's cavalcade has reached the AICC headquarters. My colleague Supriya tailing it, but let's cut across right now inside the AICC headquarters. Joining me from there is colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu. Kamal, over to you. Clearly, people who've gathered there, the cadre of the Congress, the top leadership must be coming together to get organized for a march, which is not going to be easy to where I'm standing, the Enforcement Directorate's office.
Well, let me tell you, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi expected any point of time. We have with us the youth Congress leader, Mr. Srinivas. Do tell us, this is going to be a big event of sorts. It already is. So many workers, so many leaders out here. How are you now planning to encash this? It does seem that as far as the Satyagraha is concerned, we see anything from Satyamev Jayate to all the posters and banners.
This लड़ाई only झूठ और सच का लड़ाई है, सत्य में जयते जो हमारा स्लोगन है. राहुल जी जा रहा था ईडी ऑफिस, सारे कार्यकर्ता स्वागत करना चाह रहे. किस तरीके के चारे पूरा दिल्ली में.
ये तो एजेंसी और राहुल गांधी के बीच की बात है. तो कांग्रेस
आप देख सकते हैं ईडी और आईटी को कैसे पिंजरे में डाले है. ऐसे ही सरकार ने उनके मुट्ठी पे बंद करके रखा है, उनके इशारा से चलता है. ये डेमोक्रेसी है. डेमोक्रेसी को खत्म करने नहीं दीजिए. अब सारे पार्टी का नेता कोई ईडी आईटी रेड करेगा, कोई आवाज उठाएगा उनको ये करेगा, आज कार्यकर्ता मिलने आएगा उनको अरेस्ट करेगा, बैरिकेड लगाएगा।
If the camera person really walks in, then that's where we'll try and show you and get you Rahul Gandhi's convoy and Rahul Gandhi entering into AICC, and yes, there he is walking. This is where Rahul Gandhi entering AICC in a massive show of strength. There he is, all masked up and going inside, where all senior Congress leaders from across the country, and let me tell you, from Spectrum, I saw a few from Chandigarh, a few from Rajasthan, a few from down south, so all of them out here. So clearly, Rahul Gandhi receiving a warm reception here, but clearly, amidst this heat wave, he is expecting to walk down at least 2 kilometers from here to the ED office. But before that, Congress party, in all its measures, trying to encash this, trying to make it as a big event, and trying to make Rahul Gandhi as the champion of the poor and of all causes, saying he's the one who's been called in simply because he's been raising the voice, and that is where things stand as of now. Will Congress really benefit, or is this just going to be one mega show? That now needs to be seen. But yes, the BJP has already sharpened its attack, and there it is. You see a lot of leaders out here, and Rahul Gandhi has gone in. We'll try and see if we can try and get a word around here. That seems not very possible, as the security seems to be pushing reporters back. But clearly, this is, at this point of time, leaders all making it one by one, and that is where a show of strength. So we saw Digvijay Singh, Ambika Soni a short while ago, Sachin Pilot, Ashok Gehlot. So all these leaders who've gone inside, and yes, he's been accompanied by Randeep Surjewala. We'll try and see if we can try and get word from one or two other leaders. We see Hanumant Rao again. We'll try and get him. Sir, Rahul Gandhi has come now. What is the plan? By what time are we expecting Rahul Gandhi to leave?
Unless we will not meet Rahulji, how I can say that? He will go to the ED office, that much I know that.
So that's going to be in a short while?
How much time will take ED?
And you all will keep standing outside?
We will go there, police can allow, we will sit outside. Otherwise we will sit here only. Because we will go there and police can stop, we can stop. Because we don't want to make any hangama. That is the point.
Congress claiming they don't want to make a hangama. But all we see is the leaders now coming out in support. Rahul Gandhi very firmly inside. So he will be conducting a meet. But it's going to be largely about the strategy. And let me show you the reference being made here is to this particular cage, the pinjara as they call it as, with the ED and the CBI.
Do we have... All right, I'm going to come right back to you, Kamal. Just stay on with me. Robert Vadra, brother-in-law of Rahul Gandhi, used his social media platform, Facebook, a short while ago to express solidarity with his brother-in-law. He's joining us right now on the phone line. Mr. Vadra, appreciate you talking to India today. Sir, you used Facebook a short while ago to express solidarity. Why do you say this is not due process? Because, sir, that's what the BJP is saying. That's what the ED is saying. This is due diligence, due process. Why politicize it?
The whole country has seen the methods of this government to intimidate, to harass, to trouble businessmen, people, whoever does not go with their thought process. This is, I have been through this harassment for the last, since they've been in government, and I have delivered 23,000 documents. I have been to the ED 15 times, as well as I have dealt with the income tax department and everything. And I feel even most of these officers, then they themselves say, sir, upar se aaya hai, and, you know, you can understand it's all politics. And, you know, it's just harassment. And, yes, I'm not saying if anybody has any kind of inquiries or any kind of question, definitely ask us the question. If there's any wrongdoing, there's a penalty to it, pay the penalty. And, you know, but you do an assessment, you assess that, you do a reassessment, and then you make demands and demands and demands. I have completely proved how I've been harassed that in September of 2021, when I got 72 notices from the Income Tax Department on the 31st of September. The last date that they could give it, on the 30th of September, they gave me 72 notices. I mean, this is unacceptable. It's unheard of. Rahul is there. He will answer every question, but it's always the timing. And the people, not only the Congress people, you have people from all over the nation have gotten up because they are really troubled that this kind of method of using agencies and intimidating people by this government should not be allowed further, and we have to put a stop to it. This government is creating communal disorder and things like that. So people are finding a reason to revolt, stand up and come together and fight this. This is what we are seeing, this upheaval in all of India, and you'll see lots more people joining, and they're not only Congress people.
Mr. Vadra, you say you've appeared before the ED 23 times. Sir, you know, due process has taken place. You've also said that Rahul Gandhi, your brother-in-law, will be exonerated. If there is nothing, because this is a case which goes 10 years back, if there is nothing, do you at least have faith in the institution of the Enforcement Directorate, that if nothing is found, he will be exonerated?
Listen, I have faith in the judicial system of the country. I do not have faith in the Enforcement Directorate. I do not have faith in these kind of agencies that are managed by the ruling dispensation. And yes, we will be there and we will sit there for 10 hours. I have sat there for 10 to 12 hours. I have handed over 23,000 documents, but I have not still been cleared. This is just carrying on, and whenever there's an election, they take my name, I get summons, harassment is constant. And yes, as I said, Rahul's case, whatever it is 10 years old. Whatever the duration is, he will sit there, he will answer every question. I know he's not at all peeved or troubled in any way. Yes, but the method the government uses, if there's an election, there's always bound to be Enforcement Directorate parallel to the election being used, harassed, and everything like that. And the whole, after that, the cases are over. The whole optics is over. And everybody in this country knows what the methods they're using. So people are getting up. They're standing with Rahul. And it's not only the Congress people, the people of the country. And yes, as I said, we are here. We are part of we are the citizens of this country. We will never leave the country, no matter what harassment is there. And we will answer every question, no matter how many times and how many agencies are called. But the timing and the methods of the country and of this government that uses these agencies is totally unacceptable.
Mr. Vadra, the timing you say is suspect, but this time around elections in Himachal, Gujarat are still about 6 months away. So why is the timing suspect this time around? Because the ED says that this is due diligence. It's time that Rahul Gandhi's statement was recorded.
It's very clear that the thing is, with this family, there's no timing. The timing is every time that you have the country is going through a communal issue all over the country, said by the spokesperson of the BJP to again hide that. They were trying overpower it by using Rahul Gandhi or my mother-in-law to go to this and create all this disharmony. So my thing is, it's very clear, this kind of a method and this family, they will never have enough of, and they will keep using this family no matter what happens. So this harassment is unacceptable, but yes, we will answer every question without a doubt, and we believe in the judicial system of this country.
So before I let you go, were you able to speak to your brother-in-law, because there is family involved? What was your message to him, and is he in good spirits?
Message is be there, be patient, be clear, be crisp, clear, answer everything as I did as well, and with a smile, because we have nothing to hide. With our head held high, we'll walk into any agency, any department, and we'll clear every question, and we'll walk out, because truth will prevail by the end of it.
Right. Appreciate you joining, Mr. Vadra. Thank you there for speaking to India today. I want to now cut across back to where the action is. And viewers, the action right now is at the Congress headquarters where Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are. From there, they're going to take out a march to where I am standing. And now you can actually see Congress workers coming in groups, gathering here, waiting for Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi to come in. Some of them have already been cordoned off, that you can see. The cops have made them sit. They will soon be taken into these buses that are coming in, pulling in. They'll all be detained is what we're getting to understand. Some Congress leaders have already been detained. Cutting across to my colleague Supriya, who's joining us right now from the Congress headquarters. Supriya, what time are we looking at this Congress's Satyagraha to march to where I'm standing, the Enforcement Directorate?
This is what is happening at Ground Zero, where we are. I'd like to tell Ajay to move back a bit. Ajay, if we can just show the visuals of Rahul Gandhi walking along with his sister Priyanka Gandhi all the way to the ED office. Well, this is what is happening. There were 3-lane barricades which are put up. But breaking that barricade, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are walking from here towards the ED office. Preeti, you can see this is happening here. This is on the Motilal Nehru Marg. The cops are trying to stop both the leaders. However, they are walking down to the ED office, giving out a statement that they are going to take the fight to the finish now. Well, that you can see at the moment Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi are walking all the way to the ED office. Along with them are the Congress party's leaders. The Delhi police tried to stop them, but to nowhere. They started walking. The who's who from the Congress party are present here, and we'd like to show you the scenes from Ground Zero. Preeti?
All right, Supriya, stay with me. We're going to get you various vantage positions of what's going down, viewers. A 3-tier barricade has been laid right now to the road which is leading to the Enforcement Directorate, primarily to make sure that Rahul Gandhi walks in through these barricades alone and not with any Congress leader or any cadre of the Congress party. On my right-hand side is where these barricades are going to be laid, which you see. Already a 4-tier barricade has been laid. It's open right now because, as you see, police vans are rushing. A lot of the cadre would be detained. Some of them already being made to sit, guarded by the cops here. They've been told not to slogan here, to sit quietly. And if they make any noise, they would be detained with immediate effect. We are about 2 kilometers away from the Congress headquarters, where Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are leading a march to where I am standing. Let's get across to the other camera right now at the march, and that is my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu is also joining us live. Kamal, over to you. What are you witnessing?
All the chief ministers